And I'm actually impressed by this audience, because usually there's always like 3 or 4 people, maybe because of this film, it's not there, usually on their cell phones, kind of like half paying attention to what's going on and half on their phone. And even myself, because I generally work on the internet for a living, I'm always in work mode. It's always, my work is 2 seconds away. And it's really hard to like disengage from that kind of situation. Of course, this movie has a very like happy, quote unquote, happy ending where it's like, all right, enough is enough of this thing. I'm putting it down, and I'm like gonna spend time with my family.
I think the saddest part of the movie for me was that it was the moment of realization of what he's missing was still coming from a social media, of him looking at the picture. Not when his wife and his kids were playing just in front of him. It didn't come across that that's the moment he actually should be involved in, but only when he looked at the picture, that would trigger in his mind, oh my God, what am I missing on? But it was still coming from social media as a final truth.
We don't want to hear it because we're all addicted to our cell phones.
I think that, well, the social media message has been kind of like, we hear this thing over and over, oh, we're all on our cell phones and stuff, and I think that it's important, but also we've nailed it, we just hear it a lot now, and I just think it's kind of overplayed. We all know that we're on our cell phones all the time. Yes, it's bad, but I mean, that's just how it is now.
No, I gotcha. It's just the thing about that is that this is an early invention in the last 7-8 years, right? I know people had cell phones before, but it wasn't like it is now, because it's not really a cell phone. It's a computer. It's the internet, and we don't know what the ramifications are. It could be great. Who knows, right? But so the context of 2019 showing this film is different from, say, 2029, when this film, who knows what we're going to be like. We don't know where we're going to go with this, right? But there's they're saying there's early signs of we might be in trouble, right? of becoming addicted.
Yeah, it's repetitive because we need to hear it, because our attention spans are tiny. And
look at you guys talking for half an hour, right?
But I think the one comment I had was that guy had a spot-on screen face. That's exactly what people look like when they're looking at you and not listening and looking at their screen.
Yeah.
He was spot on. It was a really good job.
When you're watching this from on the outside perspective, it looks very extreme, oh my God, this guy's super addicted or whatever. But I feel like most people in this room, if we follow us around for the day, I've looked at my phone while I'm brushing my teeth. Or if something's boring going on that I'm watching on TV, I'm let me check my messages at the same time. So it seems really extreme when you put it together, and I think as a society we need to try to be more present, to be more in the moment. But I think it's this looks extreme, but I was probably in those situations a lot, and I don't think of myself as addicted. But I'm just kind of oh. But it's I'm I'm multitasking, right? But I wonder if it's somebody turned the camera on me, okay, then, that person clearly has an issue, oh my God. I think it's the music and the tone that really sets it, you need to get help. But I think many of us have done it too, but it's still a good message just to be present in whatever moment you're in.
I just find it interesting that we're all talking about social media, but the title was social, and I was waiting for the word media, but it never came. And then it basically told us what it was all about, and we just fill in the blanks ourselves.